World of Tanks Console's Black Friday event is currently going on, and there are a ton of sales along with some new black tanks that you can pick up today as of the recording and publishing of this video, and of course leading on for the next week. So we're going to cover everything that you need to know about this week's update news, and of course cover the on-track events, the challenges, the free content that you can get as well, because there are a few free operations that you can pick up and complete as well. So let's get into everything, and let's first start with the new black tanks. And this will be a fairly quick overview. Essentially, we have the new black tanks, which are the Tornvang and also the TL7. Both of the tanks I fully did an initial review of before this video on Saturday, I believe it was, and we uploaded that, so you can go and take a look at the full rundown of the tanks in terms of its statistics, but we'll be having a full review of both vehicles as we move through this week. And of course tomorrow will most likely be the Tornvang, and then the day after the TL7. So stay tuned for all of that, and of course go check out the previous video where you can see the full review of both of these tanks, at least from the initial review playstyle. So anyway, moving forward, we then also have the on-track event to the Object 140, which comes as usual with all of your on-track events. You'll get a 25% vehicle XP boost to every single tank in the tech tree line. So every tank leading up to the Object 140 will be able to get 25% more XP, which essentially means it's also on track to the T62A. You just won't get the 30% silver discount at the end of it. So because both tier 10s lead off of the tier 9, which you can use to get both, it's going to give you extra XP during the whole grind to both of those tanks. So I highly recommend you jump into the Object 140, even if you are trying to grab hold of the T62A. It's the same, basically, the on-track event to the 140 and the T62A. But regardless of that, you also get a silver discount, and you can see that here, 50% silver discount between tiers 3 and tiers 6, and then between tiers 7 and tiers 10 you'll get 30% discount. So really nice time to pick up some of these tanks and to revisit some of them if you haven't already got them in your garage, and maybe you really enjoyed them but you didn't have the silver laying around to just flat out buy the next vehicle without having to sell the previous. So you can go back and buy some of these for the nice reduced discount. Anyway, moving forward, we have the challenges and events, and talking about the free stuff that you can actually pick up, these are literally free items or consumables or silver or vouchers that you can pick up instantly within the store. You don't have to do any challenges whatsoever to be able to pick these up, and these are the turkey treats. So all you have to do is go into the in-game store on World of Tanks console, hover over to the special section, scroll across, and you'll see turkey treats. They'll be for 0 gold. You literally just buy them all, and you'll be able to get every single one of these, including a day of premium, 2 inscription and emblem vouchers, 150,000 silver, 3 premium consumables of each type, and yeah, really nice to just have as an additional amount. Of course, you can work it out in terms of the gold value that it would be worth. Yeah, I mean, it's a nice little thank you from Wargaming for, of course, Thanksgiving, I believe. Anyway, moving forward, we then have the special sales, and these are where it gets kind of interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what Wargaming have introduced, and essentially what they're giving us this year, by the looks of it, are black tank skin bundles, which come in the form of the Paint It Black Mega, Paint It Black Soviets, Paint It Black Germans, Americans, and Cold War. Now, all of these are basically skins. They are all skins, and you're able to purchase them. Of course, the Max Bundle, where you can get every single Black Friday skin that they released last year, will cost you 18,000 gold, which is unbelievably expensive for some skins. But I mean, if you really do want all of the skins, if you're a collector or something like that, and you're not entirely sure whether they're going to sell them again, granted they probably will, yeah, 18,000 gold. It's half price, essentially, every single skin. And then you can move on and buy a specific one. So you can buy all of them individually, at least within the nation. So you could, for example, if you just wanted the SU-130 PM and the IS-3, then you'd be able to just pick up that bundle for 3,600. If you want the Jagdtiger 88 and the E75, 3,600 as well. And then you've got the Paint It Black Americans, which comes with the T32, the T125, the T77 and the T92 light tank for 7,200. So it looks like they're about 1,800 gold per skin. So, you know, it's quite expensive, but yeah, it's down to you. And of course, they are quite rare and they do look very, very nice in game. Of course, then the final one being the Paint It Black Cold War, which comes with the M48A5 pattern, 2021 Black Friday tank skin, the Object 165 and the T55A, and that will cost you 5,400 gold. So, yeah, I was hoping that they'd have some more kind of interesting sales for the special Black Friday sales, but I guess that's what comes in the next section. So it's kind of interesting to see what Wargaming have added with these skins. I always like the fact that they add in skins. It's a nice way to monetize the game, and it doesn't mean that you have to release OP premiums all of the time. So, thumbs up from me. But Black Friday and Thanksgiving sales, as if black tanks weren't enough, you've also got a chance to add any legendary black tanks you're missing to your collection. Then once you've got them, assign your favourite commander with this week's 50% discount on commander transfers. So I believe you can pick up every single black tank in the game. I mean, we can have a quick look at the article here. I believe you can pick up every single one, and essentially what you've got is these super overpriced bundles from what I can remember. I mean 42,000 gold essentially for all of the black tanks. This will give you every single one, but to be honest with you, most of these tanks are not particularly that good, so I wouldn't go out of my way to spend 42,000 gold, or what would be like £50 or something like that. No, more like £120. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't spend that much money on these vehicles. None of them are particularly aged very well within World of Tanks console. Most of them are very much irrelevant tanks, and they're pretty much only used by people who want to try out the limited time event tanks. I mean, it is what it is, and that is essentially all you've got for the sales. I mean, you can pick up individual bundles, which, you know, might be of interest to people, but 90% of the time they're not that great. I mean, you can pick up each individual black tank if you really wanted to pick up only just one for 40% discount, which is okay for the tier 8s, but some of them are reduced in the sale discount that you're seeing. I believe the oldest ones are like 40% off, and then the newer kind of tanks are 30%. I mean, like, it's not good either way. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy them once again. But in addition to that, we've also got 50% off premium for 360 days. So this is one of the best things you can spend your money on World of Tanks console, because it basically gives you 50% more XP, it gives you 50% more silver, it gives you 50% more commander XP, it also allows you to maybe fire more premium ammunition, which means you might be able to have better games, and there's just loads of things that premium time adds to your game. It essentially speeds up all of the progress, all of the silver that you're going to be earning by 50%. So it's really, really beneficial. It is a direct impact to the game. And that is something that I would much rather you guys go out and buy if you're wanting to spend something on World of Tanks, since it's going to benefit you the most, as opposed to just having one premium tank for the exact same price. You know, weigh it up. I mean, if you've got premium time already, it's absolutely irrelevant, I understand. But if you don't have premium and you've been spending a ton of money on premium tanks, maybe you should consider getting some premium time right now, because this is a brilliant time to purchase it, and it is, once again, one of the best things that you can purchase. Now, in addition to the premium time sales, you've also got a free XP conversion bonus, so you can get 1 gold will give you 32 free XP, which is essentially 50% more XP when you convert your gold to free XP. So it might be a good time to purchase some of the tanks using your free XP if you are wanting to gold skip some tanks. There's also a 25% discount on all equipment, which is a little bit disappointing. Usually it's 50%, and there is also a 50% discount on all cosmetics, and I've actually been buying some of the skins on various different tanks, and you're going to see one of the skins on the Object 140 review that's coming out very soon, so you guys know whether to actually grind down. But let's get back to the original article and let's see what else is coming this week, because of course that is the sales and the section on that. But what about the November Tank of the Month DLC? If you haven't already picked up the Bourrasque, which I highly recommend you do, if you do have some spare cash lying around, I believe it's like $9.99, yep, there it is, so $10, and this is a brilliant tank within the game, one of my favourite tier 8 mediums, purely because it gets the double autoloader, which can be super fun to play with, and yeah, once again, one of my favourites in the game. And then we've got weekly sales, so you can pick up some various different premium tanks that Wargaming have decided to put on sale. I'm a bit sad that they didn't just release the premium tech tree at like 30% off or 50% off like they used to do on Black Friday, which was nice, where you could pick up any premium you wanted for like 30% off. That was always really fun to use, and of course pick up some of the premiums that maybe you've been waiting a while to get. But ×4 Commander XP and ×3 Vehicle XP you can pick up for 850 gold, which is 58% saving, so I mean, it's a pretty good price if you wanted those. Then there's also the weekly deal on the T-32A Proto, which is the American Tier 8 heavy tank that's recently been buffed, so it's got better turret armor, and there'll be a video coming out on the T-32A that is kind of the updated review to see whether this tank is actually now better when you do decide to play it. So we'll do a full review of that. And then we've got the Light Brigade as well, which comes in with the RDF light tank for the Escalation era, and the TCM AGS, which is the kind of both auto-loading light tanks, and that will cost you 13,690, and I actually really enjoyed both of these, and they are really great at earning you a ton of money. And then the Dragoon Duo, which is the M60A1 Rise passive, which is really good at earning money, I believe, and the M50 Ontos, which are both Escalation era premiums from the Cold War game mode, of course, costing 12,180 gold. So probably the best bundle there. I'd probably say the Light Brigade, but it's very expensive for the most part, and of course if you don't play Cold War, it's not much use for you. But other than that, we've also then got the personal offers, and this comes in the form of premium account, so you can get 3 days of premium for 50% off. You can also get the T72M1 for 50% off, and you can also get the Deathstalker M46 pattern for 50% off as well. And so that's really nice for being able to pick up some of these premiums. Of course, the T72M1 is a tank I really enjoyed playing, and the Deathstalker M46 is also a really nice one to play as well. And then finally, it is of course just 2 weeks before the next season, so make sure you get yourself to season rank 100 if you haven't already, so that you can complete the full season and get your premium tanks. And there's also the daily battles challenge still going on, so you can earn 250 XP in a battle, and you have to do that something like 40 times to be able to pick up the STRVK. You can only do it once per day, so 40 days within the period of time that Wargaming have given you. And of course, the further you go in this challenge, the better the rewards, up until the STRVK is rewarded for free. And then Turkey Shoot as well is still going on, where you can earn some silver and stuff like that. The road trip to Japan, the premium bonus, which is still for the Object 268, the Rheinmetall Panzerwagen, and the Type 89. And Tank Cup is still going on, so make sure you do this. And yeah, overall, really happy with the Black Friday sales and everything that's been going on with regards to Wargaming's release of Black Tanks. Hoping that these tanks aren't too overpowered, and I'm sure that they're not actually that OP, but we'll do a full review of both, so stay tuned on the channel for those coming really soon. And I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please do like it. If you disliked it, please let me know in the comment section down below what you would like me to change. And of course, don't forget to check out some of the other videos, including the initial review of both of these tanks from the statistics page, and you can check that out on screen right now. And I hope I'll join you in the next one. Goodbye.